Sophisticated soups for the sophisticated. So looking again at inspirations and ideas for our off-prem gigs. Soups are great. They're great profit margin. They're easy to make, easy to produce. We all love selling them. The problem is sometimes it's a pain to serve them, depending on where your staging area is, where your kitchen setup is, getting them from the kitchen to the table. So one of the things that we've been working on for quite a while is actually garnishing and decorating the bowls or the receptacles that we're putting the soup into, and dressing those, putting them onto the table, and then the wait staff coming around and putting the hot or the cold soup onto the garnish. Right behind me here, I've got a whole whack of different bowls that I'm going to show you some stuff with today. I've got squares, I've got rounds, I've got traditional silvers and golds, I've even got some boats here. So just want to run you through, and in your marketplace I may say black bean soup and you'll shrug your shoulders, but it doesn't really matter what the soups are. I'm just trying to give you an idea of what you can do to pretty it up, make it interesting, make it fun, and bottom line, make some money. The first one I've got here in the traditional rimmed bowls, this in the center is a roasted corn and mango salsa, and I've just got a little bit of asparagus on the top. This is, I think, perfect for the first soup I'm going to show you, which is it's a chilled carrot and ginger soup. You could do orange in this, you could do parsnip, there's a whole whack of different things. So these would go straight onto the table. The waiters would then come around, guests are sitting down, and off they go. They pour the soup. It doesn't have to be from a wine carafe. It could be from any kind of water jugs or any kind of dishes really that you want to use. You could use the soup tureen and you could ladle it. There's a host of different methods, but I just think it's a fantastic presentation. There you go. What do you think? This cold soup is one of my favorites. This is a gazpacho. Great names for gazpacho. I mean, galaxy of gazpachos, they're great colors, they're great presentations. The soups are the same on both plates, but I just wanted to show you different styles. I've got the cordial glasses for the yellow pepper gazpacho. Over here I've got a brandy snifter for the roasted red pepper, and over here a champagne flute. And then for the tomatillo, the champagne flute here, and just the small shots. And as far as garnish goes, this is a crispy plantain chip. These are just deep fried plantain chips. Look great for dipping. This is a cheese biscotti. I use cheese biscotti on our cheese plates. They're great for cold soups. People are getting away from bread after the Atkins big fad, so it's sometimes nice just to have something that's crunchy and savory. And over here I've just got some Parmesan crisps. It's just Parmesan, literally thrown in the oven and then rolled around a rolling pin handle. This particular one we do with the grilled seafood. So it's cold grilled seafood which you then eat and shoot, or it's not something that you can do as a past appetizer. It's definitely a sit-down soup course. We have done gazpacho shooter bars where we've done the different glassware and the different seafood on the top. But really, again, a sophisticated, great-looking plate to dress up the table. And of course, you've got different shapes. You don't have to do rectangles. You can do any shape that suits you. You could just go to shot glasses and have 1 ounce or 2 ounce shots of the soup. So I think it's one of those that really works in every different marketplace. And if you can't get tomatillas, you can use green tomatoes. If you can't get yellow peppers the time of year, then use orange peppers. But gazpacho. And this one's just a real added touch to your regular tomato soup. I call mine roasted tomato bisque. It's roasted tomato basil. And for the garnish, I've got some sauteed arugula and red and green peppers that I'm just going to put in the bottom of the bowl. Now remember, this is served at the table, so the bowls are going to come out warm. They're obviously not going to be piping hot as though they would be if you'd put your soup in there. And so the garnish has got to be, it can't be too dense. It needs to be small enough that when it hits the hot soup hits it, it's going to warm it up. So I've got the sauteed arugula and peppers, and then I've just got some charred grape tomatoes that are going to sit on there, and they taste phenomenal. They really do. Just add to the soup. So there you go. So this is sitting in front of the guest. The waiters then come around. For this one, I'm using a silver water pitcher, which is obviously going to be it's going to be hot, and they'll have to have a napkin to hold it and pour it. But a great, easy, phenomenal, and fast way to pour the soup at the table. As the soup hits the garnish, hits the bowl, heats them both up. These are the oversized bowls, so the soup is not going to stay hot for a long time in the oversize. But I mean, what a fantastic presentation. Enjoy. These next three, the three that I've got in front of me, all work really well to be garnished, just as we talked about, at the table, and then the soup poured in front of the guest. Over here I've got three different styles of, or three different ways of keeping the soup hot. I've got a traditional silver teapot, I've got the water goblet again, and I've got a stainless carafe. I mean, obviously the carafe is the most practical. Keep it hot, you can have it in the stations, pull off the lid and off you go. But depending on what your setup is, and going back to do you have a kitchen, do you have a staging area, blah blah blah. The first one is a wild mushroom and barley soup, and in the bottom here I've just got some sauteed chanterelles and then a sprinkle of enoki mushrooms. The second one is a traditional leek and potato soup. This is sauteed leeks, and then I've just got some deep fried matchstick potatoes, which I think are a fantastic soup garnish, replacing croutons, crackers. Easy, super easy, transport easy, don't take up a lot of space. And then the last one, this is baby shrimp on the bottom, a little bit of Dungeness crab, and then on the top is just a small quenelle. I just took 2 teaspoons, made a quenelle of basil. It's literally basil and parmesan. Wouldn't call it a pesto. There's no pine nuts, no olive oil. It's just parmesan and basil together, and then some green onions, and then off you go. So these they get delivered to the table, right in front of the guest, and the soup is poured by the waiter right at the table. Again, if this one would be, probably need a napkin to keep the handle. The handle's going to be very hot. The waiters take them out. And the last one, I'm a little teapot, and this is my butternut squash. It's got a little bit of garlic in the back of this butternut squash soup. It really complements the seafood. But I think the color contrasts are fantastic. There you go. Hope you can use those in your marketplace. For these next three, no real stories about them, but again, simple things in the bowl. These first two are hot, would go out and be served hot. The third one is actually cold. The first one is very simple. Roasted corn on the bottom, and a seared scallop, just a very light seasoning. The soup is a black bean soup, so all the flavor and the cumin and the cilantro and the lime is in the soup, and it's just a very colorful, and it works. The yellow and the white work with the black soup. One of my favorites actually, black bean soup. It's kind of a Cuban style. This one is a bouillabaisse base, but again, being in Vancouver, I've used the salmon stock as the fish base for the bouillabaisse. The julienne of vegetables that have been cooked out and then strained out of the soup into the bottom of the cocotte. And I would normally use a Pen Cove or a local mussel, but I've actually used New Zealand greenlip mussels in this one. And for the last one in these bowls, which I just love these bowls, this is going to be our strawberry and cucumber soup. We do a minted strawberry cucumber soup here that almost looks like a cosmopolitan martini, but very, very popular in the summer. Great soup, and great garnish to have sitting at the table already. So we'll just, again, this would be hot in the station, and just look at that color contrast. And I hope you like my funky square bowls with the Japanese writing on them. Very Vancouver. East meets west. And then our bouillabaisse. So nice and clear, you're still seeing the garnish through the soup. And then lastly, our strawberry and cucumber. And this one you can finish it with, have more mint in it. I just think it's it's a great palate cleanser, the strawberry and cucumber. There you go. Enjoy.